Did you know more than 30% of the population suffers from insomnia? How many of you are unhappy with the sleep you're getting? Raise your hand. I've had insomnia too. Some say you need a better bed in order to get a better night's sleep. Although I agree to some extent, I want you to know what's really going on inside your body. My goal for this speech is to leave you, the audience, educated on the causes of insomnia, what sleep apnea is, and what sleep apnea and what narcolepsy are. The general population defines the insomnia as the inability to fall asleep. The dictionary, however, defines it as the inability to obtain sufficient sleep, especially when chronic, difficulty in falling or staying asleep, and sleeplessness. The causes of insomnia are due to noise, being too hot or too cold, stress, pain, diet, and medications. Insomnia can also be the result of other disorders such as epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, brain tumors, depression, anxiety, and other neurological or physiological conditions. Some children suffer from insomnia due to undiagnosed lactose intolerance and they drink milk before bed. Insomnia can also be caused by taking sleeping pills. Although approximately 10 million Americans are on prescription sleep aids, repeated use of the pills causes dependence, which causes an inability to sleep without taking the prescription. Another form of insomnia is called sleep apnea. Apnea is defined in the dictionary as temporary inability to breathe. And as you probably guessed, sleep apnea is the inability to breathe while sleeping. Most of those who suffer sleep apnea are obese. This is because the extra weight causes their airways to get narrower than usual, which makes it harder for them to breathe. Those who have sleep apnea go without breathing for anywhere from 10 seconds to just under a minute. They awaken with a gasp, and occasionally they don't remember all of the times they wake up. The consequences of sleep apnea can be identified as sleepiness during the day, impaired attention, depression, and occasionally heart problems. It's also been found that some sections of the brain in those who have sleep apnea have appeared to lose neurons as well as learning, reasoning, attention, and impulse control functions. Unlike insomnia and sleep apnea, however, narcolepsy is uniquely opposite. Narcolepsy is defined as a condition characterized by frequent and uncontrollable periods of deep sleep. Narcolepsy affects approximately 1 person out of 1,000 and occasionally runs in families. The following 4 symptoms are key symptoms of narcolepsy, although not all of the symptoms will be present. Gradual or sudden attacks of sleepiness during the day, occasional cataplexy. Now, cataplexy is the attack of muscle weakness while the person is awake and is often triggered by extreme emotions such as excitement. This is an example of cataplexy.
Cute and she loves her dog's treats, but this little gal has a problem. She's just been a very good dog. She just happens to fall asleep at the most opportune or unopportune moment. Snoozy, yes, that's her real name, even falls asleep while eating. Watch this. Wake up, please, Susie. Wake up. Wake up, please, Susie. Wake up. She's just almost like a rag doll. She sounded like, and she's just like, you know. Susie, hey, baby. There's me. Everybody was just like, oh, poor Snoozy. I took her to show my mom. My mom's like, oh my God, I can't watch this. I can't see this. Snoozy's affliction is rare, but not unique.
It causes him to suddenly fall asleep when he's trying to do other things.
Rusty here was one of the first documented cases. Then in 1999, researchers at Stanford University discovered canine narcolepsy is a genetic disorder. Finding scientists hope will lead to treatment for the disease in humans. As for treating Snoozy, medication didn't work. Stacy says having lots of dogs around seems to help keep Snoozy from snoozing. I think that a lot of them have subsided. They're not completely gone. But I think if she was to be by herself with no, stimulation, I think she'd probably fall right back into it. So Stacy and her family have learned to live with their drowsy dog, dropping off to sleep any time of day. At first it was kind of scary because she would fall asleep and in her water bowl. But when she would breathe in or breathe out, it would either make bubbles and it would wake her up. So I never really worried about her drowning. I
There's other videos like this up on YouTube, so you can look at them at your leisure. Sleep paralysis, which is the inability to move while falling asleep or waking up. Hypnagogic hallucinations. These are dreamlike experiences where the person has trouble distinguishing from reality. Narcolepsy is caused by a lack of a neurotransmitter called orexin, which can normally be found in the hypothalamus. The reason people's brains lack this orexin is unknown. In conclusion, I want you to know the causes of insomnia, why sleep apnea is different than regular insomnia, and why narcolepsy is unique from the other two sleep disorders discussed. Thank you. Have a great day.